Famous French Impressionist painter Pierre Auguste Renoir, even after achieving success and financial well-being, did not change his habits and views, sometimes quite peculiar. For example, he was genuinely afraid that his children suddenly become merchants, was sure that science went wrong, although he was interested in its latest achievements, but at the same time remained completely indifferent to politics and considered himself just a Frenchman, for whom the cultural heritage of his nation is more important than having an ideology, and here with such a judgment is difficult to disagree. We will talk about the life and work of Renoir in this video. In childhood, Pierre sang well and could well become a real singer. At the age of 13, he was the head of the church choir, and his teacher, the famous in the future Charles Gounod, immediately considered the talent and gave Renoir extra lessons, gave tickets to the opera, strongly advised his parents to give their son to a music school, prophesying the glory of the famous opera singer who earns a lot of money. But only Renoir himself was a very shy guy and remained so throughout his life, even being a famous artist. Singing in the church choir when no one sees you behind the organ pipes, it's one thing, but to stand on stage under the gaze of the crowd, something completely different. No money is needed here, especially since Renoir was always indifferent to it. Write in the comments what you think about it. Recognition and wealth habits. Renoir did not change at all. He remained extremely thrifty. 10 years went in one jacket, although he could buy 100 of the same and traveled by train third class. But once learned that they planned to cut down an ancient olive grove, bought for huge sums of money estate, to which it belonged. Renoir never spared no money for petitioners, and they ungodly used it, inventing absolutely incredible stories about sick children, treacherous notaries, and bankers, because of which they were left without money and housing. At home, Renoir, from them, protected relatives, so beggars pursued the artist in the studio. But Renoir's wife found an original way, coaxed his sitters that as soon as the next beggar showed, they undressed and took a picturesque pose. Seeing a naked girl at work, the petitioners are usually embarrassed and went away, and Renoir at the same time began to stoke the fireplace to model inadvertently did not catch cold. For himself, he did not ignite it, considering the expense of wood unnecessary waste. Renoir madly loved his children, although he considered them as models. To make his young son calmly pose in the studio, he told stories Anderson, and at the same time, Renoir refused to take him to the hairdresser to be able to depict how to play the sun's glare on the children's hair. Politics. Renoir was not interested in politics at all and was sincerely convinced that the crowd has no brains. Once drawing on a regular plein air, Renoir guardsmen took for a spy, immediately gathered a crowd from where the most bellicose shouts were heard, demanding immediate execution. The hapless artist, who was in the wrong place at the wrong time, it was decided to shoot, and accompanied by guards, Renoir led to the city hall, where the execution was carried out. But fortunately, he met his acquaintance Raoul Rigaud, who at one time great help, for which he was very grateful. Rigaud held an important position of police commissioner and, of course, ordered to release Renoir, and at the same time gave him an important pass, guaranteeing almost complete immunity. But what would have happened if that meeting had never happened? Indeed, Renoir had reason to be wary of French politics. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you for watching this video to the end. See you soon.